What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea, All Shade Belle Collective Season 1, Episode 6 review. All right, y'all. So, I'm going to start this video off with some piping hot tea that was sent to me via a T Squad member. Shout out to T Squad member... what is her name? Strawberry Pink Lemonade. Thank you for inboxing me this information because I had no idea any of this was going on. So, the T Squad member sent me this tea about Marie and Essie, child. And Jesus be offense. So, she sent me 3 screenshots. And the first screenshot was from this woman's page. I'm not going to say the woman's name or whatever like that, but it was from this woman's page. And when I went on her page, I saw that said woman worked at this home care facility in Mississippi. Not going to say the business name either, because no. But I was like, so who is this woman? Like, what's going on? So the woman's page and the woman that works at this home care facility actually works for Marie, because on the company's page, they had a post that was posted on December 6, 2020 that said, "We are so proud of our CEO, Marie Hamilton Apston, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Join her and the other Southern Belles on TV or whatever." So I was like, okay, so this woman works at the home care facility that Marie owns. So the next 2 screenshots were from a woman by the name of Lincoln Parker, who was in the comment section on said woman's page. And this is what Lincoln Parker had to say about Marie and Essie. So she wrote a whole 4-page letter, child. We're going to say allegedly because we don't know any of this to be true, but I'm just going to tell y'all what this lady posted. So she said, "I know both of these ladies extremely well. In 2017, I was pushed out of all business opportunities I'm going to read it like she wrote it. I was pushed out of all business opportunities due me being told by Essie that I was under investigation by the IRS for preparing fraudulent tax returns in several deceased senior citizens' name. Essie, Marie, and myself were a trio, and now it's just a duo. We used to do everything together. In 2018, I learned the real reason I was removed from all lines of business, which was because they thought I didn't fit the brand they were attempting to build on this reality show. I had no idea they started filming in 2017. At the time, no network, no one had picked them up, but I was not asked to attend anything, but I was left behind to clean up messes. For the last several weeks, I have been reaching out to both Essie and Marie in order to arrange payment because I was not compensated, nor did I receive a percentage of the success from any line of business that profited from my work after I was dismissed. I have been quiet for over 3 years. Then it goes on to say, I think something was cut off. Then it says success. I'm wrong. So I have been quiet for over 3 years. And even during that time, I explained I could care less about TV, but I got other folks that depend me. I think she meant depend on me completely. So before you attempt to do me dirty, think of who else you are affecting. Oh, that ain't cared nothing about that. So here it is. Essie and Marie, did you forget about the video that shows Marie eating my cooch and Essie fucking Marie with the strap on? Jesus. Did y'all forget about the insurance papers I got? Did y'all forget about the text I have with dead folks and living folks social that was sent to me by Marie? Yeah, I'm talking, and both y'all know I don't start mess without finishing it. I will be heard. You will reap everything you sow, and furthermore, you are as far a friend to Lateshia than I am a friend to Mariah Carey. How you done fucked that girl husband and all in her face. I don't want to hear nothing. Just run me and we good. Don't believe me and y'all gonna find the video released and receipts will be released to Rankin County. I'm not in the mood no more. I just report the tea. I ain't got nothing to do with these folks. This is why I would never do a reality show, because of this reason right here. Because people gonna come out the woodworks. Now, we don't know whether this is true or not, but somebody got some explaining to do. That's all I got to say. Carlos, you might need to check out whoever this Lincoln Parker lady is. I'll send you the screenshots, since I know you watch my reviews. You might want to bring her on next season for season 2 to see what the hell is going on here, brother. So yeah, y'all can do with that what you want to do. Talk about it down below in the comment section. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so on tonight's episode, Latrice meets with Tisha for lunch. Tisha wants to talk to her about the Farish Street project because she wants her to invest. Latrice showed up once again looking bomb as ever. Loved her hat, loved the padded shoulder top that she had on, the pants. Like, Latrice always serves us a really clean, sophisticated, stylish look. Love her style. Her hair is always laid. Makeup is always on point. Love her style aesthetic. So Tisha was like, ooh, your hair cute. You could tell she was looking like, I want to ask her who do her hair at her salon so I can get mine done too. But I know Maria killed me, so I'm not going to ask. But I was like, bitch, you should have asked. You know that little TikTok thing where they was like, girl, don't do it. Girl, don't do it. I did it. You need to do it. Because that Bridgerton hairstyle you had going on and that saying was not that judge, girl. You look like you was 75 years old. And Tisha is a beautiful woman to me. She just dressed very old lady-ish, like that ruffled top, them curls, child. It just, it don't coagulate. So Latrice says that, she's in. She wants to, participate. Tisha then tells her that Marie is going to invest, and Latrice gives this look like, oh Lord, here we go. So Tisha was like, there's a separation there that shouldn't be, basically about, Latrice and Marie. So Latrice was like, she's so mean. Like, why are you like this? So Tisha was like, she's really not. Like, over time with us, I'm like, Latrice isn't a mean girl. And Latrice was like, I'm not. I'm the nicest person ever. And Latisha was like, that's a lie. You the nicest person when you're sitting across from me. And I was like, exactly, girl. You one of them nice, nasty folks where you nice to their face, but then you talk shit behind their back. Whereas Marie gonna say what she got to say to your face. But you the type of girl that talk about people and shade them behind their backs. But Latrice, you just as messy as the rest of them. So Tambra goes to her doctor about her fibroids or whatever. Her doctor checks her and finds that she has 4 new ones that have come back and that are the size of her uterus. And this will cause her to have problems, getting pregnant. So they have to schedule another surgery for her. And if she does do the surgery, it's going to take at least 3 months for her to heal. And after that, she can be able to go through with the egg implantation. So Tambra's at the point now where she has to figure out, does she want to do the surgery? Does she want to have babies right now? And I was like, well, girl, if you want to have babies, you need to get on to it, honey. You are 40 years old. Time's a ticking. Every day is another notch down of you having a successful pregnancy. Like, girl, you got to get to it. Everybody ain't Halle. Everybody ain't Halle Berry, girl. Like, everybody can't be busting out babies damn near 50. So Antoinette meets with a slew of other doctors to discuss the dentistry industry and the things that she's trying to do with her own dentistry. And I'm like, yay, this is going to be great. And then the devil was like, bitch, gotcha. Because here come Kaylin. I'm like, why is this white devil here? Why do you keep on inviting her to all black events? Why? She is not skin folk. Like, what is going on, Antoinette? Do you want her to be a proud black woman? Like, what is going on? I'm not understanding this. Like, why do you keep on putting this satanic bitch on my screen? So Antoinette in her confessional says Kaylin is a nurse practitioner. So she's in this room because she needs to know what professionalism looks like and the things that we're passionate about without feeling attacked. I try so hard to relate to Antoinette. She's a very beautiful woman despite her Grinch lower lip. she seems like she's very smart and intelligent despite her weave being bigger than her head. But I don't know if she's just been brainwashed because she's went to school with so many white people. But Kaylin was not the victim at that brunch, ma'am. Kaylin was the instigator of it and made everything about her. Nobody at that fucking brunch attacked her or tried to make her feel any way. They were having a general conversation about the struggles and the plight of the black woman in the South, trying to make it and be successful with having to deal with racist ass white folks. Now, unless she is a racist ass white woman, then that conversation had nothing to do with her. It had to do with others that are in her same race, but not her. So she should not have been offended if she doesn't have anything to feel guilty about, which is why I feel like she felt uncomfortable. And second of all, I don't understand why you would invite her to a brunch with all black women and she's the only white woman. That made no sense. It's damn near your fault. Like, I'm not getting with all of this trying to make it seem like they were just attacking her and they weren't being professional. They were being very professional. They were having an open dialogue, and your friend decided to act like she was goddamn Erica Kane up in this bitch, acting like she on General Hospital. Like, oh my God, I can't. Like, bitch, if you was uncomfortable, you should have quietly grabbed your things and excused yourself and left the building instead of making a fucking scene. I'm not digging Antoinette, girl. Like, girl, take your little sawed off ass on somewhere. So Antoinette says that she's going to name her dentistry Mint, and she's going to pay for any black student in their state to do their DAT test. Great, love that, but that bullshit that she just said about Kaylin just overshadowed all of that. So Kaylin says, you know, after the little conversation that they all were having around the table is over, they go off to the side. And Kaylin says, you know, I thought I understood till I was finally in a situation where I had to hear my race get put down. And I was like, this is what Antoinette's been talking about. You've been in so many rooms where you had to hold your tongue. You know that Arthur Fist from the cartoon? It's just like, and then this goofy bitch, Antoinette goofy ass, sitting up there like, girl, you finally get it. Like, first of all, two totally different situations, ma'am. I'm guessing what you were telling her about the negative experiences that you've had being a black woman in all right rooms is how they maybe say racist things, disregard you, say slick comments, this, that, and the third. But what Kaylin experienced, nobody was talking about her. Nobody judged her or said anything about her slick. Nobody pointed her out. Nobody put the spotlight on her. They were having a general conversation about truths. Nothing were lies. Nothing were fabricated. These are truths about white people and how they have treated black people. So what the fuck are you talking about? You had to hold your tongue when people were talking about your race. Antoinette, girl, you better try again. You better try again. Maybe it's that too big ass helmet you got on your head. I don't know. That's swallowing your brain, sister girl, but this is not a good look for you. You need to really do some digging and some searching, honey, because you get on this show acting like you were down with the black plight and Hear Me War and Black Panther and I get it, you know, Power Ranger. But then you let this white bitch sit up and play in your face and you sympathize with her like she's the victim. Girl, do better. Do better, because I'm really not seeing it for you. So Kaylin was like, I would never understand your experience growing up, but I got a taste of it and it gives me so much empathy for you. Then we come to this dinner and I'm like, I'm all in. Let's move on. Antoinette then tells her that she's having a rededication of her house and that Marie isn't invited. I wouldn't have expected her to invite Marie because they don't really get along. But then this is where she loses me by saying that she's not going to then invite Lateshia because she seems to not hold Marie accountable for the things that she does. But I'm like, if you and Lateshia had already sat down and had a truce with one another, why isn't she invited? You act like she was going to come to your event and act the fool, or like you've been in her presence one-on-one and had a pleasant time with her. I didn't really understand that. Like, I guess it's like some guilt by association type shit. But I just felt like that was very unfair to Lateshia for her not to be invited just because she's friends with someone that you don't get along with. That was very high schoolish to me. So Latrice comes home looking smoking hot. Once again, loved her look because it's her anniversary. It's our anniversary. Yeah. So she's looking around for what Howard Hewitt got for her. She checking her list and checking it twice, trying to find out who naughty or nice. And she going around and she looking in the stove, looking in the refrigerator, looking under the couch. You know what I'm saying? Looking under the rug. And she don't see shit. She like, what in the hell is going on? So she like, Zaddy. So he come out and he got a dollar store bag, gift bag in his hand. And she like, oh, you didn't forget. She all excited and she opened it up and it's a single rose in there and a bag of flour. And she was like, what the hell is this? Like, you do this to me every year. You don't give me nothing. Like, why would you do this? You always ruin our anniversary. And let me tell you something. I have dated somebody in the past that ruined special holidays for me. And I will never, ever in a million years put up with a man that does not celebrate us or me on certain holidays and always ruins it or never gets me anything. I know that feeling. So I knew exactly where she was coming from with, having her hopes up and, looking around like this year gonna be different. Like he really gonna, be romantic and affectionate and thoughtful. And then when he came with that gift, it was just like, are you fucking kidding me? And then you gonna really do this shit on camera as on top of that? Like, really? So she goes to fuck off. She gotta grab her a tumbler of scotch, baby, and she is pissed. So he goes in the back and changes and then comes back out. And she's talking about he was giving her Obama tease. Girl, more like Al Gore, but all right. So he blindfolds her and takes on that golf court, child. That golf court is his best friend. So he takes her down and he unblindfolds her and they're at like their gazebo and it's decked out. He has the word love spelled out really huge. It's flower petals, it's candles everywhere. He has a table set. It looks really beautiful. And she's so excited. She like, oh, Zaddy. I love it, Zaddy. And it just makes me cringe every time she calls that man Zaddy. So they sit down at the table and he gives her with a Rolex and she's so excited about it. And Latrice is like, I don't know who convinced you to do this, but I love it. And that's once again reiterating that this is not the norm for him. Like he does not do things like this for her, which is very unfortunate. So Latrice is like, I've never had a father to be there for me, and with my brother's issues, I never had a man in my life that's constantly there. And once again, she told us, she warned us, episode, what was it, 1 or 2, that she had big daddy issues, and she was not lying. Like, homegirl, if she ain't in therapy, really needs to be in therapy like once a week. Like, I got a great therapist. You could talk to mine, girl, because you really need to deal with these daddy issues that you are projecting onto this man, girl. Oh, she's so insecure. She's just like a little girl in a grown woman body. So Latrice was like, even you as my husband, I don't show you emotions a lot because I feel like you're going to leave. I have issues with abandonment and with you asking me what woman should I get. And that was on one episode where he was joking with her. I think that was the episode where he joked about her homegirl Melanie or whatever. And she didn't really like it. Or he said something. It was on one of these episodes. He made a slick comment because I remember her looking and trying to play it off like it wasn't bothering her, but you can tell she damn near wanted to bust out in tears and slit her wrist. So Howard Hewitt was like, I ain't never said that. I ain't never said I ain't want no other woman. So Latrice is like, you do bring up women. And Howard was like, if you're going out my life, I will be happy with another woman. And this is the passive aggressive shit that he does to her because he knows how she feels about him saying slick shit like that. So that right there was a little passive aggressive dig. Like, yeah, if this shit is a rap, most definitely I'm gonna be with somebody else. Like, it ain't shit to replace you. Like, that's really how that was coming across. So, Howard Hewitt was like, ain't no woman gonna come between us. And then in his confessional, he was like, I can't do anything nice for my wife. She gonna say some words that's gonna destroy everything. And I understood what he was saying, because it was like, if you want to have this conversation, let's not have this conversation on our anniversary. You know, this is supposed to be a happy day. We're supposed to be enjoying each other. Like, pick another day to bring up your issues, your daddy issues or whatever. But I also understood where Latrice was coming from, because she was trying to open up to him and say, hey, this bothered me when you said that. This triggers, you know, my insecurities and my fears about our marriage and our relationship. You know, I love you, but I don't like when you say things like that or whatever. And as a man and as a husband, his response should have been, baby, I'm so sorry. I was just joking. I was just playing. You know, I would never leave you. You have nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. But instead, he went on the defensive, which make him honestly look even worse and make him look guilty. So, Latrice was like, I'm not an insecure woman. And even he and we both looked at the screen like, the fuck you the fuck you say, girl? You got insecurity written all over you, child. So Howard Hewitt was like, you sounded like one. And Latrice is like, it's just certain things a wife don't want to hear her husband say. And I agree. So Howard was like, I'm done because you lying. So he's pissed off. He don't even want to talk about it no more. He is checked out. So Latrice like, what I lie about? And Howard Hewitt was like, me talking about other women and all this bullshit. It sounded just like somebody daddy. So Latrice was like, let's just change the subject. Let's just change the subject. So Howard was like, you riding or you walking? Because I'm about to go. I don't do this bullshit. So he was like, bitch, you better hit your ride, put your thumb out, because I'm done fucking with your ass. So he walks off, and Latrice in her confessional say, I'm trying to open up to daddy. Ugh. Like when she said that after how he had just treated her and talking about something, I'm trying to open up to daddy, I literally threw up in my mouth. Like, girl, stop calling that man daddy. That shit is disgusting. So she was like, I'm trying to open up to daddy because I don't want him to leave, but he gives me signs here and there that make me question it. And I was like, you think? Obviously he does. He does put this, like I said, he's very passive aggressive with the shit that he says. And, she's so young and young-minded that she falls into that whole trap, into that mindset that he wants to put her in. So she meets him up the steps by the golf court. And Howard, he would say, don't lie on me. I don't talk about other women. Never. So don't play with me. You gonna be my wife or you gonna be my wife. Be my wife. So Latrice like, if you want to leave, just leave, because she crying now. He was like, you goddamn right I'm going to leave. So he just sped off on his little golf cart. Like, I could have died of taking that nigga seriously, speeding off on that little golf cart. So Latrice was like, stupid ass or whatever. So she goes back down to the table by herself. And in her confession, she say, you know, I thought I was a strong black woman, but what I realized is everything I relate back to my father. At least she know, when they told me he died, I didn't cry at all. To me, being vulnerable is a weakness, and I never want to be weak. And you have to allow yourself to grieve, to mourn the situation, not only with your father dying, but just mourning the death of him not being able to be the father that you wanted him to be. She has to learn how to deal with that situation, deal with those abandonment issues. Stop putting her abandonment issues onto her brothers, onto her husband. She has to internally deal with that, or she gonna walk around this world getting mistreated by men and whoever else, because she is dealing with unhealed wounds. And Latrice is a very beautiful girl. She got a lot going on for herself, but that issue is going to show up in so many different areas in her life until she gets it together and fix it. And like, she really needs to fix it. I still don't see it for her and Howard Hewitt. I don't see it. Like, Carlos, I know you're watching. She is Lil Portia. You have literally casted Portia Williams all over again. I see her having the same story as Portia. I give her and Howard Hewitt maybe 2 more seasons together being married, but we're going to literally watch the demise of this relationship, because they are not evenly yoked. They're not evenly yoked at all. She got a lot of healing and growing up that she needs to do for herself. And when she finally gets secure in who she is as a woman, she ain't gonna put up with that bullshit and have him treating her like he one of her goddamn kids. It ain't gonna work no more, and therefore he ain't gonna want to deal with her because he ain't gonna have that mind control over her ass no more. And she gonna have the same storyline as Portia, out here being single, you know, rich on a television show. She's very ditzy, but in a cute way. But yeah, I see a lot of things happening for Latrice, but that marriage ain't one of them. So Marie is at Happy Land with her grandbaby, who is just so cute and just gorgeous. Cedric ended up popping up on her, and she is surprised because, you know, things between them have been very strained. Once again, I don't understand why she's still with this man. There's obviously no sexual attraction there on either one of their ends. Like, no way does she look at Cedric ass and get moist. Girl, bye. So her son Jay arrives with his other baby, who is equally just as cute, and Marie is talking to her son, and she was like, you know, this make me feel so good, especially when I'm not feeling good. And that's when she reveals that she has lupus. And I was like, God bless you. Like, with everything else this woman got going on, and now these allegations from this lady in the behind the scenes tea part, this show, her son trying to punch her in the forehead, and then Cedric out here thotting and bopping, and her and Essie and they secret love affair. Going to hell. Oh, Jesus, I'm going to hell. But Jesus Christ, this woman got a lot going on. My cousin actually has lupus, so dealing with lupus is nothing to play with. And she talks about how she has to take 12 pills a day. When I got sick those years ago, I'll never forget the struggle of having to take 8, 9, 10 pills a day, like, ooh, and having to remember what times to take them, and getting up in the wee hours of the morning because you got to take this pill at this time. Like, God bless her soul. Like, that's nothing to joke or play around with. But what makes me even more upset is that your raggedy ass son know that you're sick and you're going through this, and he had the nerve to disrespect you like that and raise his hand at you, knowing that your mama is sick like that, and you had the nerve and the audacity to disrespect her on such a level. Me and him never would speak again, because you don't respect me at all. Hell, you don't even respect yourself. Like I said, I still be fighting that little nigga every time I see him. So she tells her son, she thanks her son for coming to therapy. I wouldn't have been thanking that little nigga for shit. So he was like, you know, I don't communicate well. I just keep things bottled up. And he looked like he need a Rosetta Stone, because he just don't seem like he can talk worth a damn. So Marie says, you know, if you decide to run any of the 10 businesses I own, you have to graduate with a degree. I know what I'm up against with my health. And that whole conversation really touched my heart. And I actually teared up at that part, because I've actually had those same conversations with my son, with Kyrese, because I'm trying to leave a legacy behind for my son, you know, with my books, you know, with my YouTube channel, with my movie that I'm, you know, having coming up, and all the other projects that I've been working on. You know, Kyrese is my only child. All this gets left behind to him, and I want to make sure that I'm leaving it behind in good hands, and that he will be able to keep my name going when I'm not here. So I understand exactly what Marie was saying in that part, because, you know, we work so hard as moms and as single women to make a better life for our children that we didn't have, and we don't want all that hard work to go to waste when we dead and gone. So I 100% related to Marie in that scene, and I actually liked that Marie was way more calmer. She was more relatable. I wish we got to see more of this Marie than the hard defensive linebacker that we've been seeing. So once again, no, I'm sorry. So it's the day of Antoinette's party, and her home is gorgeous again. Latrice arrives once again, serving us a leather look, and she just looked fabulous. Latrice says, you know, everybody's sitting down, and she says, you know, I love everyone that's here today. I thought you was going to invite Marie. And Antoinette was like, we should just totally avoid her at parties moving forward. So Tambra like side-eyed them hoes, because she was looking like there's no need for all of that or whatever. So Tambra was like, what do you think about the Farish Street project? And Antoinette was talking about how much she loves it. And then here come White Devil talking about it's just hard to be empowered at a brunch when volatile people are continuously invited. And by people, I mean person. And if you say the wrong thing to them, they're taking off their earrings and they're taking off their shoes. And it's just like about to be a fisticuff. I'm just like, who is talking to you, devil? Who is talking to you, you Republican, you Trump supporter? Who is talking to you? Once again, why is Kaylin on my screen? Carlos, please do not bring this satanic bitch back. I cannot stand this woman whatsoever. We do not need this type of racial tension on our reality shows. We already got to deal with these damn crackers in real life. Don't nobody want to see this shit on our fucking screen. If Antoinette want to be a fucking ally to this goddamn Trump supporter, let her be one. But we don't want to participate, goddamn it. Get this bitch off of our screen. All I see is Ted Cruz when I see this bitch and I look at her in her face. She just gives me plantation owner. She gives me underground on. Like, ain't nobody trying to deal with Kaylin and her foolishness, bitch, because once again, you were the start of all that. And I know a lot of people, I meant to bring this up, a lot of people found fault with Marie for checking Kaylin at the brunch. But if my best friend is having a brunch and somebody is taking the floor and pushing the conversation in a negative space that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about, and I know that my friend has a big announcement that already got ruined once and we're not trying to ruin this again, I am going to step up and I am going to say, hey, can we just, talk about something else? My friend got a big speech or whatever. I don't feel like what Marie did was wrong. Now, if this tea is true about Marie done fucked Glenn, now that's a whole nother conversation. But I felt like she was right for checking Kaylin ass because I don't see it for her and I want her to get drop kicked in the throat. So Tambra and her pasty makeup say, as long as I've been hosting brunches for like 5 or 6 years, that has never happened. And you heard the dude in the background say it has never happened. And I was really happy that Tambra stood up for Lateshia. This was my moment where I, went up for Tambra. So Tambra, in her confessional, said, I have no problem defending Lateshia's brunches because I've seen what they do for people. And I was like, y'all sitting up here talking about their negative, but y'all doing the same thing that you're saying that they do. Sitting up at an event talking negatively about other people when this is not even what we're here for. So ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? So Antoinette brings out the sage to sage her house or whatever. And I'm like, girl, you need to be saging this white devil by you. So then at the end of the episode, Howard Hewitt comes home to find a saxophone player and the chef at his house. And Latrice is outside on the patio waiting for him with a sign that says, I'll always be your sweetheart. She apologizes for ruining their anniversary. And she wrote him a note so he doesn't misconstrue her words. And she says that she's sorry if he thought she was trying to say he was cheating. That was exactly not what she was trying to say. And once again, a hit dog a holler, and he was feeling some type of way because he knew he was wrong. So Howard Hewitt was like, words hurt. And then we was like, we get it, old man. Shut up. So she brings up that she needs reassurance about their relationship since the men in her life have left. As this woman is standing behind him, massaging his shoulders, it could not have been more awkward while this woman talking about her insecurities in front of this strange ass woman and this saxophone player and this nigga over here on the piano. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on, Jesus? So Latrice says, can I get my watch back? So he give her a little watch back. The fact that his petty ass took that watch away, bitch, we really would have been fighting. I would have posed some hot grits on that nigga in the middle of the night. You ain't gonna take my rollie away. So he says to her, I got your back and your front and you don't even know it or whatever. Then they slow dance and I just wanted to throw up. And the episode went off. Once again, amazing episode filled with a lot of drama, things that triggered me, pissed me off, made me want to cry. I laughed, all of that good stuff. I like Belle Collective because for the first time we are being introduced to storylines and situations that we have not seen on other reality shows. Even though I dislike Kaylin and I make jokes about her being on my screen, the issues that she is bringing up about the white-black experience and dynamics and racial issues are needed to be talked about. Seeing Antoinette and her, I don't know what the fuck she got going on, aligning with this crazy bitch, are things that we need to talk about. Marie dealing with lupus and, her dealing with this sexually fluid husband of hers and her best friend and her crazy ass son were having multiple babies. Like, these are things that we need to see on national television. Like, I'm here for all of these storylines. Latrice and her daddy issues that are very Maury Povich, like wonderful storylines. And I got to give kudos and props due to Carlos King and his staff for putting together such a dynamic cast on this show and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Two of the best, if not the best, reality television shows on TV right now since Potomac has gone off. So you got to give it to them. Let's talk down below in the comment section about tonight's episode. We got a lot to go over. What y'all think about the tea that was spilled in the beginning of this episode? Do you think it was true? Do you think this lady lying on them? How do you feel about it? What did you feel about tonight's episode? Let's talk. You know, I read every comment. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow for Love and Marriage Huntsville. Bye.